Fitness with Baltazar Villanueva. Real talk, real solutions, real results. Hey everyone, welcome to Midday Fitness. I am Baltazar Villanueva, and co-hosting with me today is America Course, KUHS Denver. So let's get into our first topic for today, and that's going to be creatine and what creatine actually is. So many women that I work with oftentimes are afraid of taking creatine simply because they don't understand what it is. Now, they probably have a husband that they've listened to who kind of knows what he's talking about when it comes to creatine, and they kind of butcher it, or they kind of just give a general overview and then still leave the subject of like, well, what is creatine exactly and what does it do?
I agree with that. I have no idea what creatine is, what it does. All I've heard is from my teenage daughter that goes to the gym that's constantly like, "Can I buy creatine?"
Yeah. Yeah, it's a huge thing. And honestly, if you had money to only purchase one supplement a month or every 2 months, it's going to be creatine. Creatine, it by far does three major things for your life. One, it helps with muscle recovery. So, like if you're working out and you want to take it after a workout or even before a workout, that's the best time to take it. Number two, it helps with muscle growth. Okay, so not only is it helping you with recovery, but it's actually helping build the muscle too. And this is where most men mess up when explaining it to their wives. The recent one that I heard, which was the one that made the woman not want to take it at all, is he's like, "Oh yeah, it makes you hold on to water." And then that was the gist of the conversation. She's like, why would I want to take that if I'm just going to gain weight from it? And it works completely different from feeling bloated, right? Like
Okay.
bloating is like when water is held outside of the cell. So that's like when you start to see your gut stick out and everything. That's bloating. That's water
Sorry,
outside of it.
allergies.
That's all right. We could talk about that a different time. But when it comes to creatine, it's intercellular, meaning that it's held within the muscle. Okay, so why is that important and why would a woman want to take that? Well, it's not necessarily because you're trying to look bigger, at least not all around, but like if you like to work on your lower body a lot, like women usually do, if you want to make your butt look bigger or your legs look bigger, that's exactly what you're doing when you're taking creatine, is that you have built that part of your body up and you're having it now hold onto the water. So now it gives it that nice bubble look that people would want when they look at their ass. It's like, oh yeah, I want to have that big booty that looks like it's round. Creatine does that for you.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So
it doesn't hold it in the gut, it just holds it in the butt and in
it
the legs.
in the muscle. Okay.
Okay,
So if
okay.
you work your entire body, then yeah, you're going to be able to flex and you're going to have that nice round look that people want in the muscle. Same thing with the glutes, same thing with the legs, is that you work out and you build that muscle belly. The creatine sucks the water in that you drink throughout the day and holds it in there. And that's what gives you that nice round look and not the bloated feeling. So that's the biggest thing that guys probably get wrong when they try to explain it to their wives, is how creatine actually affects the body. And the third one, this is the best one yet, and I haven't even spoken about it, is that it helps with cognition. It's the only
Okay.
supplement that you can take that actually helps with brain cognition. So when people talk about brain fog or things like that, creatine at higher dosages helps with that. So on
Ooh.
average, so on average, a person is supposed to take somewhere between 5 grams a day when it comes to that. If you do that for 30 days, it loads the body up and your body is completely saturated, meaning that from head to toe, all of your muscle cells are going to be holding on to that creatine. It takes about 30 days, taking it 5 grams a day. When you take more than that,
Sorry,
somewhere,
I'm gonna get water,
go ahead.
Balthazar, but
And
continue.
I
I
will
am
go ahead and
listening.
explain
Yeah,
this
I'm
because this
listening.
one's dying. She's going to go die off camera. But in any case, when you are thinking about creatine, what it does at that point is from anywhere from 10 grams to 20 grams per day starts to help clear up that brain fog that people often think about. It also, like I said, helps with the cognition. It helps you think faster, makes you more coherent when it comes to things. So honestly, you can take the 5 grams a day and feel the physical effectiveness of like being stronger in your workouts, being able to do certain things. But if you really want to get it to where you can think about things better, that is where you want to start taking more of it than just the 5 grams on a daily basis. And like I said, honestly, thank you.
You're welcome.
The biggest thing, if you had money to only buy one type of supplement a month, that would be what I would highly recommend for you to spend it on.
So here's my question,
Sure,
because not everyone that watches us works out.
sure.
Would you suggest that people take the 5 grams a day, even if they didn't work out? What would be the effects?
If you didn't work out consistently, you would still get the effects if you were taking it at a higher dosage for the brain cognition
Okay.
function aspect of it. If you decided to take creatine without anything else, I would probably say you're probably then going to feel a little bit heavier if you jumped on the scale. Not again that you would feel that bloated feeling, but you would honestly be thinking like, why am I gaining weight? I'm still eating the same, I'm still moving the same. That is the water retention that people would suffer from in that sense, if you could consider it suffering. So I would say that if working out 2 to 3 times a week was in your regimen, which is what I honestly tell everyone to do anyway, that is what you would find the most benefit from, is by doing that.
Okay, that makes sense.
Outside of that portion of it, though, let's talk specifically, or let's take a break real quick, and then we will go ahead and get back into the specific type of creatine that you should buy and what you should be looking for when you go to the store.
Okay.
So, all right, how long do you want to pop?
Greetings, everyone. We're glad that you joined us today. As you watch and learn, please remember that KUHS is an interactive platform, and we encourage you to engage at every level so that, number one, we know that you're appreciating the content that you currently enjoy, and number two, your feedback will help expand, grow, and improve our future programs. Again, thanks for being here.
Welcome back to Midday Fitness. I'm Baltazar Villanueva here with America, and we are finishing up our conversation on creatine. Okay, so I left off last time with what type of creatine that we should buy.
Yeah.
And honestly, when you go to the store, you have to be mindful. And most of the time, you're going to run into it anyway. But the type that you want to look for is creatine monohydrate. The monohydrate is important because it's the most inexpensive version of creatine that you can buy, and it's the most commonly found. Anything else that you find anywhere else that says something beyond creatine monohydrate is just a waste of money, right? They're just amping you up on other stuff that you honestly really don't need. Now, for myself, I buy 2 things of creatine when I purchase my creatine in bulk. I will buy regular creatine monohydrate that I'm referring to, and then I also get it in a muscle recovery supplement that I get from Muscle for Life, or Legion Athletics. That's the name of the website, legionathletics.com. And essentially what that does is it has other supplements in there that helps with recovery, and it comes with 5 grams already loaded into it. So what I'll do is I'll just take a scoop of that. I will put that in my drink on top of the other 5 grams of the creatine monohydrate. And I usually do 10 grams 5 days a week. And I find that helps me out wonderfully when it comes to that. So that's what I would highly recommend, is to focus on that. And again, you can find creatine in any given store. You don't necessarily have to buy it online like I do. I just buy it online because it tends to be less expensive, and I also bulk up on it. Fun fact, if you are buying supplements, you should buy them once to maybe twice a year in bulk. The best times of the year to do that are going to be around 4th of July, which is coming up here, and then Black Friday. Black Friday is the best deal that you can steal from companies like the gyms or from supplement companies, because everything is like reduced price, and buying it in bulk is the best way to go. I think when I used to not do that, I was spending like hundreds of dollars a month, or at least every couple months, on supplements. Now I'll spend like $400 for the entire year and call it a day. And I'll have all of the stuff I need, from protein powder to creatine. Like I said, it's really the only 2 things that I buy nowadays.
Okay. So what do you think in the aspect of what you just said, that there's all this, I can't even think of the question right now. Sorry, guys. There's just all this information out there about different supplements, different pills, vitamins and everything.
Yeah, and that's why I just wanted to start off like if I were to give you my top three, because I honestly I don't even have a top five that I would say. I would say there's just top three supplements that I think everyone should have if you're going to spend money. Creatine is obviously if you only had enough to buy one, that's what you should buy. Two is a good protein powder. Stay away from labels that say proprietary blends. It's not as popular as it used to be in the early 2000s. Proprietary blends is this basically they just throw the stuff together and you're not getting a consistent amount. So they might say you have 20 grams of protein in it and it might actually only have like 12. So that's where you want to stay away from proprietary blends. With protein powder also, you want to look for to make sure that it is the number one ingredient on the label when you're reading it. If it's not the number one ingredient, you don't need to buy that one, but that's what you need to look for. And that's my second supplement that I recommend everyone to buy. The third and final one is actually a toss up. It really depends on your own nutrition because honestly, everyone should be getting their food or their nutrients from real whole foods versus supplements. You're setting yourself up for failure if the bulk of your nutrition is coming from supplements. More than likely, you're going to end up overeating at some point or you're actually undereating and you're missing out on a ton of stuff that you need. But to get back to what the third one is a multivitamin that you can take at least twice a day. Whether you're a man or woman, you should be taking a multivitamin twice a day. Look for ones that have high dosages so that way you can take half in the morning and then the other half in the afternoon.
I had someone say that, let's say for magnesium, that's the example that I got, was it was best to take it at night. Something about when you're out and getting sun and whatever, it didn't absorb as well if it did it in the morning or
Well,
the
there's
night.
there's a couple different magnesiums that you need to be aware of. One magnesium that you take at night can help you go to sleep. It helps you relax. Another one helps you go to the bathroom.
Okay.
So you want to make sure that you're mindful
That's
of what
true.
you're doing when it comes to that. But again, that is if you find that your sleep is lacking, then that's something that you need to add into your routine. But I don't recommend it unless you're having those issues. Again, I'm just trying to set you up so that way people are spending the least amount of on shit that they don't need versus stuff that they actually do need. And
Okay.
supplements is like a multi-billion-dollar business that doesn't need any more money from us in that aspect. So again, like the multivitamin is the third one. If you lack fish though in your diet, like you're someone who's like, yeah, I just don't like the taste of fish. Like my sister is like that. She's like, I don't eat shrimp. I don't eat salmon. I don't eat tuna. If you're someone who doesn't eat fatty fish like salmon and tuna, you need to put a fish oil in your supplement instead. So get rid of the multivitamin and take the fish oil. Otherwise, that's it. Everything else is like a waste of money. Or like we had the talk about caffeine. That's like in pre-workouts. That's just people wanting to abuse it when it comes to that being something like, oh, I have to take that every day. No, you don't. You don't have to do that. So like any additional supplement, don't even bother with. Talk to a nutritionist or your trainer if you did have questions on like should I be taking this or is it a waste of money? And just to save you time, it is. So like honestly, like if like nowadays everything is so expensive. So like if you're paying for a personal trainer to teach you how to live properly and to watch you in the gym, that's what you need to invest your money into, not all of this other garbage that people are trying to sell you all the time too. Because then it's just like why did all of a sudden getting a nutrition coach or personal trainer like become even more expensive? And that's just because like they might have some type of um, what's it called? Connection with a supplement company at that point, an affiliation. Sorry, that's what I was looking for, an affiliate with them. And some of us do. I have one, but I rarely use it because, again, I don't really like to say, hey, you need to take these supplements, or else you're not going to, see progress in your stuff.
Well, I just think that's kind of another reason why people get deterred away from getting better, eating healthy, working out, and hiring someone, right? Because there's always the caveat of getting sold additional stuff that isn't
Yeah.
needed, right? And that could either be equipment, gym wear, supplements, and whatever not. So, that, like you said, even working out becomes this expensive hobby instead of actually being a lifestyle change.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, a lot of it, honestly, when it comes to incorporating it or changing your lifestyle to put workouts in there and all of that too is Supplements are sold because people want to lose weight and they think it's the easiest thing, because honestly, you'll hear all the time calories in versus calories out. You need to be in a calorie deficit to lose weight.
Who doesn't want the magic pill?
Yeah, exactly. And so like everyone wants to take things, and like if I was to harp on, by the way, creatine is a peptide. You know what else is a peptide that's really popular right now? Or GLP-1s, weight loss drugs. Since you're bringing it up, everyone wants a pill just to have everything instantly happen. The thing with GLP-1s, when people are in a deficit for too long, or they just stop eating and they stop losing weight too because of their metabolism slowing down, your hair, skin, and nails are all affected by that. So like I've had countless women that have worked with me that have come in where their skin looks really poor, or their hair is starting to thin, like they're losing more of it, or their nails just crack a lot easier. And that's just because when you're on a GLP-1 and you don't have a coach that teach you like, okay, you need to come off of it right now. You need to let me help you rebuild your metabolism. And then when it's functioning properly again, we can go back on the GLP-1. Like when you don't have someone who can put you in those advantageous positions to, you know, keep it going and working properly, you start to see those other things in life starting to be affected. Like I said, hair, skin, and nails. And then women are wanting to buy collagen protein instead because they know that there's a benefit to that for that. But then you're just wasting even more money because now you're buying another supplement to help
fix
you
the
with
issue that the other supplement
exactly
created.
And it's just a money pit at that point, and then you're just like, what do I do? So again, if you are in one of those positions where you're taking a GLP-1 and you're trying to figure out what supplements to take with that, get a coach. Reach out and say, hey, this is what I'm doing. Am I doing it right? Or why am I no longer seeing the benefits of being on this GLP-1? Because I talk to at least one person a week about that, and they're like, yeah, I'm having this issue. So
That makes a lot of sense, right? And these are the side effects that nobody reads. Nobody reads
Yeah.
the label. Nobody reads anything. Next show, you should talk about that. We should bring some food or some.
oh yeah,
some
I
protein.
can definitely, yeah, I'll
And
bring
then-
in some supplements, because I'll have to I'll bring in some food also, because if you didn't know this, and we'll get into this next time, there's a difference between a supplement label and a food label, and what you need to be looking for when it comes to those, because you might be thinking that the two are the same, but there's actually subtle differences that you need to be aware of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Right on.
I'm excited for that one.
Okay, right on. Well, thanks for joining us again today, guys. I hope you like it. If you do have questions, or if you have topics that you want us to cover, please reach out. Drop it in the box down below, or send us a message. We'll definitely cover that in the future. And again, this is KUHS in Denver. I'm Baltazar Villanueva with Midday Fitness, America, tagging along. Oh, we actually will be in a different place next time. So we are going to be going to the gym. So if you want to see a workout with myself and one of my clients, America will be there too. Check out next week.
Do I have to work out too? I might as well.
Maybe.
I should work out since I'm there. Never mind. Ignore my.
Yeah. So until then, you guys take it easy, and we'll see you next time.